and I'm happy that I will highlight this in your podcast so that
Yes.
listeners should learn and know about this. Is the initiative called Saree Run,
Mhm.
and we started the Saree Run in 2016. So it's been more than 8 years. Apart from COVID years, every year we do that. The
Mhm.
idea is to get ladies who are not into active lifestyle, focusing more on family's health, ignoring their own health, just come and participate into a fitness event.
Mhm.
And that's why sari, so that they feel at the start we don't want them to feel uncomfortable. So if they are comfortable in sari, let's
Yes.
do it in sari. And also sari is a thread which ties all Indian ladies.
Correct. Correct.
So the regular runners come wearing sari. So those ladies who are not part of it
Mhm.
also feel that, oh, these ladies are also like us. They also have the social norms, etc. But
Right.
they still taking their fitness in their own hand, and they're
Right.
doing prioritizing that.
Mhm.
That's the entire idea. And here we don't keep it competitive. You can run 3 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 10 kilometers, walk, but come on that day and do it. It has become very popular now, and we have taken it in 6 cities. So Bangalore, then Pune, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Ahmedabad.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to an inspiring conversation today. I'm Anchal Gupta, the founder of Sorgen, and today we're exploring something truly special: the structured evolution of running in Bangalore. If you've ever laced up your shoes for an early morning run at Cubon Park, Lalbagh, or the scenic streets of Bangalore, you'll know that this city isn't just a tech hub, it's a running powerhouse as well. But what makes Bangalore's running culture so unique, and how do runners here train to go from casual joggers to serious athletes? To answer all these questions, I have with me a true pioneer today. He's a pioneer of structured running, not just in Bangalore, but in India too. He's none other than the founder and head coach of Jayanagar Jaguars, one of the country's most well organized running clubs. With decades of experience, he has coached thousands of runners and has even penned a book, Master Your Run, which dives deep into the principles of smart, sustainable training. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome Coach Pramod Deshpande to be here with us at Sorgen today. Welcome, Coach, and thank you for your time to be here with us today.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for inviting me on this,
Right.
and I'm very happy to share some of my thoughts with you.
Brilliant. So we can't wait to get started. We have so many questions to ask a legend and a pioneer such as you. So,
Absolutely, fire away.
thank you. So, Coach Pramod, the first question that we want to ask you here is that Bangalore is a city where
Yeah,
running become a way of life today. We see people training
yeah.
at 5 a.m., signing up for races months in advance, and following structured training plans. But coach, please take us back when you started Jayanagar Jaguars. What was the running scene like? And how did you work towards creating such an ecosystem that we see today?
Yeah. So yeah, like while we were discussing off the camera, right, about weather,
Correct.
and that's really the reason why Bangalore has such a great running culture, because almost 12 months you can run.
Mhm.
So that's something God gift to Bangalore,
Right.
because even in the rainy season it just rains in the afternoon, very rarely in the mornings.
Correct.
So yeah, coming back to your question, first of all, I really didn't start JJ's. Yeah,
Mhm.
Jayanagar Jaguars was before me, going around like any other running group, right? Where it starts, where people who are passionate for running come together
Mhm.
and just run, right?
Okay.
There is no specific goals and those kind of things, and we're talking about 2010, etc.
Mhm. Mhm.
I joined JJ's around 2012,
Okay.
and back then we didn't had many running events. So the
Right.
important running event what we had was Sunfist 10K, which is now TCS World 10K.
All right.
In fact, yeah, in fact, Bangalore never had a half marathon, and we used to go to a Kaveri Trail in Srirangapatna. So
Mhm.
that's how Bangalore was. There was one company called Runners for Life, and that actually popularized running in Bangalore.
Okay.
They had this event called Kaveri Trail Marathon,
Mhm.
and they also introduced actually ultra running to Bangalore.
Oh, wow.
And to create this running culture, they used to have bi-weekly running arrange. They used to arrange practice runs bi-weekly, and you
Mhm.
just pay some 50 or 100 bucks, and there will be
Okay.
route marked, etc. So
Okay.
that's actually developed the Bangalore running culture started developing with that. And yeah, then slowly things started improving. So by I guess 2014 is where NEB started Bangalore Marathon, and things started hotting up quite fast after around that time. Uh, those days, running sub 3 was
Mhm.
an event. If
Okay.
somebody is going to do sub 3, it was like, oh wow, now we get so many people doing sub 3. That's how things have evolved. Uh, so gradually, this running club culture started evolving,
Mhm.
and then still it was not at a stage where the real training happens the way it should happen, because I was a trained athlete in my school days, college days, even during my start of my career, etc.
Mhm.
I started realizing that I used to be around in 80s and 90s is where I used to do competitive athletics. So well aware of what a structured training means.
Mhm.
And when I saw the scene, I realized that there are very few who are really talking about proper training. And then I started structured training in Jayanagar Jaguars by 2014. So first batch was 2014. And then what happened is the word spread around. People started realizing that, oh, there is something which is structured training actually happens here in Bangalore. And then people started coming to Jayanagar Jaguars. It quickly became very, very popular. And then, by that time, we grew quite fast.
Mhm.
Those days, 10, 15 people was a running group. In
Okay.
those days, we had, yeah, we had 100 plus runners coming. And so that became a very big kind of a movement starting in
Correct.
Bangalore. And
Correct.
uh, we realized that it is taking a lot of time for people from coming to part of the city to Jayanagar to train.
Right.
And that's where we thought of idea of creating training centers. And that's how this entire structure started falling in place. We created our own app. Through that app, we used to control the running workouts, etc., the communication through those. And that's how we kept on growing. And that's really took about 10 years to be where we are. And yeah, till date, I have trained more than 15,000 runners,
My
which
God.
are paid runners, which is the
Wow.
data available in our system. Uh, but we didn't stop there only at running.
Mm-hmm.
Our focus is spreading the running, or rather, making people active is our real focus.
Right.
So what we started doing is that time we started something called as Bangalore Runners Unity Run,
Okay.
and we used to gather all running clubs together with their families,
Wow.
and we used to go outside Bangalore, rent out some resorts so families can enjoy in the resort, runners can run to their heart's content. It wasn't a competitive run, just enjoy. You keep on running, we will support you. And it was a gala event. which we ran for 5 years. By that time, as I said, slowly the running club started, and that it becomes too much to handle that kind of a
Correct.
crowd. And then too many running events also came in between. And then the real need for such an event kind of withered out. So we stored that. But another very important initiative I do
Mm-hmm.
and judges do, and I definitely want this to be on your platform so
Sure.
people who are listening will understand that we are
Yes.
very serious about the ladies' participation in running events, which we feel
Mm-hmm.
is too way below what it should be in a city like Bangalore, Mumbai. If you see, it's pretty less.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of reasons to that,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not getting into those reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But what we realize is we should do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we started an initiative called the Saree Run. Now, this is not something a fashion statement for us. This is not a fun run for us.
Right.
So, another very important initiative, and I'm happy that I will highlight this in your podcast so that
Yes.
listeners should learn and know about this is the initiative called Saree Run.
Mm-hmm.
And we started the Saree Run in 2016. So it's been more than 8 years. Apart from COVID years, every year we do that. The
Mm-hmm.
idea is to get ladies who are not into active lifestyle, focusing more on family's health, ignoring their own health, just come and participate into a fitness event.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why sari, so that they feel at the start we don't want them to feel uncomfortable. So if they are comfortable in sari,
Yes.
let's do it in sari. And also sari is a thread which ties all Indian ladies.
Correct. Correct.
So the regular runners come wearing sari. So those ladies who are not part of it
Mm-hmm.
also feel that, oh, these ladies are also like us. They also have the social norms, etc. But
Right.
they still taking their fitness in their own hand, and they're
Right.
doing prioritizing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the entire idea. And here we don't keep it competitive. You can run 3 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 10 kilometers, walk, but come on that day and do it. It has become very popular
Mm-hmm.
now, and we have taken it in 6 cities.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's another initiative what we do for getting people into fitness. So yeah, that's what we have been doing.
Which are the six cities, sir?
So Bangalore,
Mm-hmm.
of course, then Pune, Kolkata,
Mm-hmm.
Chennai, Hyderabad, and Ahmedabad.
Brilliant.
So 2025 we will add some more cities. Uh, we want to keep this very focused. We don't want to dilute it with uh, fashion kind of a thing,
Yes.
traditional
Yes.
dress kind of a thing. We want it to be very, very focused
Right.
only for women. And we want to maintain the sanctity of this brand, the Sari Run.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't allow anyone to use that
Oh, wow.
because it has to be a serious effort. It's absolutely no,
I can
it's
understand.
not something just off the hook, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
serious for us.
I mean, nowadays in this era of social media where things are done just to gain attention on social media, I think what you're focusing is completely on fitness. What you're focusing is on it does not matter if you're comfortable in a sari, but just run is the motive. Just to get
Yes,
out, get active.
just start.
Yeah,
Just
irrespective
start. We are
of
not saying
clothing. Yeah,
that, we are not saying for your entire life you run in sari, right?
correct.
Once you get accustomed to running, naturally you will shift to what is more comfortable for running,
Brilliant.
right?
Yes.
But we
Lovely.
have to break the barrier first.
Right. And it was lovely listening to you from how, you have structured from starting off as a community of Jaguar,
Yeah, it's a big community.
Jayanagar
We have a
Jaguars.
huge community.
Yeah, starting off
Yeah.
just as a community run to structuring, the workouts and the training, and then structuring also in the delivery of the training with centers. And now, of course, you have
Yeah.
online and you're spread pan India. So that was
Yes,
really,
yes,
really
yes.
very inspiring to listen to your journey, how it all started from just community run to a structured kind of an
Yeah,
experience.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
All so brilliant, sir. So my next question would be, you've coached thousands of runners. Of course, as you mentioned, 15,000 so far, which you have on your system, and I'm sure there'll be so many
Yes.
not there on your system. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you've coached thousands of these runners, and recovery is something that often gets overlooked. Beyond training plans, nutrition, and rest, have you seen any strategies that truly make a difference in a runner's performance and longevity?
Yeah. So, that's a very important topic and topic very close to my heart. So I might go overboard talking about this.
Please, sir, we're all ears
But
to listen. Yes.
yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Especially the experienced runners. They are notorious for not taking rest. They don't
Okay.
take their running and the rest seriously,
Right.
right? Uh, Actually, that affects them in many ways,
Mm-hmm.
uh, not just occasional injuries.
Right.
Occasional injuries is just something which we can overcome,
Hmm.
but the way it affects entire physiology, psychology, that's overlooked by most experienced runners also.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is, of course, they read a lot and they understand that it is required. It's
Yes.
not that they don't understand, right?
Right.
But we are in an era of this instant solutions, quick hacks, right? So they're constantly looking for some quick hacks,
Mm-hmm.
right? Oh, I'll take ice bath and my recovery is done. Yeah, ice bath is definitely a solution for that, but that's a solution. You have to consider this rest and recovery.
Right.
So it's not only rest. Rest is one part of recovery. There are other aspects of recovery, like the compression socks of yours, the massage, food, lot of things, right? And this all is missed. Uh, and unfortunately, what happens? There are so many events, and people just randomly participate in those events.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and it is so alluring that, oh, this event, that event, and when you want to take rest, right?
Correct.
And so the coaches like me who insist on recovery
Mm.
or better planning of event participation,
Right.
they instantly become unpopular. Yeah,
Correct.
but yeah, that's a job of a coach.
Right.
So, so if you really ask, in my opinion, after first 2 years of running, right?
Mhm.
When the novelty of running wears out, you have participated in this event, that event, you have done a full marathon, etc., etc.
Right.
That's a time when a runner must step back and reflect upon what they want to achieve through running.
Okay.
And what happens is running faster, running longer,
Mm-hmm.
actually are two parameters where you change them and achieve your goals. These are just parameters. Runners mistake them as their goals.
Correct.
And they keep on pursuing being faster, being longer, or being both,
Mm-hmm.
uh, without thinking what they want to achieve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I always ask my runners why they want to do a particular event, why they want to do this challenge. And when they answer, I again ask why.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very frustrating process for them.
Right.
But once a runner know their why of running,
Mm-hmm.
then all things fall in place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They start, planning their running journey better. And that means they start including rest. The problem is they don't know why they're running.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they think that if they take rest, they're losing some opportunity. They're missing this event. They're missing running faster in that event. So
Correct.
just take step back, decide why I'm doing this.
Mhm.
right? Why I'm participating in this particular event, right? Then you know, oh, this is my primary event. This is not my primary event. I will take a race. I
Mhm.
will. So, that is for me the first step for getting into your planning of rest and recovery. All others are ways to do it. Your sleep, your massage, your ice baths,
Mhm.
wearing compression socks, etc. There are a host of things we can do. Of course, nutrition, which is part of recovery, which is also missed. But in my opinion, the first and the most important step is step back, decide why you are doing this. Then only you will start building that rest into your plans. Otherwise, it's just
Correct.
running after something, and uh, it doesn't get into this, right?
Right. I mean,
So
that's so amazing to hear this, coach, because otherwise it's so easy to get carried away. And
yeah,
especially with the new locations now, so many runs are happening. It's also about seeing a new location or experiencing running on a new, set of roads or a new set of trail or something like that. And it's
yeah,
easy to get carried away. But I love the way that you as a coach, are not only structuring the way the training happens, but you're also structuring the mindset of the runners, which is you're helping them to structure their own mindset. You're making them realize
absolutely,
that is brilliant. I mean, I would say hats off to you for going so deep, not only in the physical conditioning, but also, helping them realize mentally where they are headed. So that's really
absolutely,
apart, coach, and brilliant to hear this piece from you. I mean, absolutely impressed to hear this. And my next
yes,
question to you would be, coach, that one of the things that sets Jayanagar Jaguars apart actually is structured training, as we've been
yeah,
talking in this
absolutely.
podcast.
You put it right. Yes.
Yeah. But for those who aren't a part of a coaching program, what are some fundamental principles that you would like to share that people should follow to improve their running?
So, I will talk about five because you said fundamentals. So let me
Yes,
pick
yes,
some five. All
correct.
right. Uh, so first and foremost, they need to understand that they are not superhumans. Nobody is superhuman. Everybody is human.
Mhm.
And that means that leads us to, because what happens is we think we means everybody, I also will think the same thing. Everybody thinks that, I my abilities, the other person doesn't know my abilities, right? I can run faster than what this guy thinks. Right?
Correct.
So if that sinks in, then they start realizing, and that's the second principle. So second principle is they must increase their training load gradually.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless the first happens, that you start understanding that, oh, I am not as superhuman as I was thinking. I get tired. If I run too fast, I get injured. If I run too longer, I get injured. I lose interest. I lose my mind, etc., etc. Once that understanding happens, then the second one comes is they have to start understanding that training load has to be gradual.
Mhm.
They say marathon is like life, or life is like a marathon. No?
Mhm.
Uh, that means that patience. Really, we are talking about that patience. That patience is required for your body getting ready for the next level of load.
Right.
Third important thing is 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, ultra. These are all endurance runs, but these are individual running disciplines,
Right.
each requiring separate set of training.
Okay. Mm.
Start from
different types of
From three, yeah, the point three, right? So the third point is 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, half marathon, full marathon, ultra are can be bracketed as endurance run,
right,
but each is a separate discipline. Each requires very specific training, and those who don't go under no structured training, they need to understand this. This is very essential for them to understand. These are all different, completely different sports discipline, and they need separate training.
okay.
The fourth one is, of course, all doctors also say this. I'm going to clearly repeat that.
Mm-hmm.
Too much gyan floating around in internet, YouTube, and your well wishers. Yeah,
Right.
your well wishers are well intended,
Yes.
but what is applicable for someone doesn't apply to you.
Hmm.
So not every piece of advice available free on internet, on YouTube, or one of your well-wishers who might have been running better than you and things like that, that might have worked for that person. It
Right.
might or might not work for you. And most importantly, whatever we see on internet need not always be everything be true. So please don't fall into that trap.
Right.
Another aspect of it is not related to you is what we see is mostly which is coming from the Western countries where their body structures, their food habits, their climate, lot of things are different.
Correct.
And many things doesn't apply to us as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Their lifestyles are different. So that's fourth one. And the fifth one, which will go back to the your question actually,
Yes.
structured training is the only way to pursue your running. We take training for everything, right? When COVID, we took classes for drawing,
Mm-hmm.
right? We took classes for cooking. But we think just because we come out and run, that doesn't need training. So
Correct.
that's absolutely a misnomer. So these are five, principles. What I would like to tell people who are not training through some structured programs.
Correct. That's, I think, very well put, sir, because it's very easy again to rely on Google Baba or YouTube
Yeah,
or things, but not realizing whether it's apt for the person individually. Everybody is different, everybody's structure type is different, food habits are different, and also your condition medically can also be different from people to people.
absolutely.
Age is different, again, genders are different. So it's very
So many things are different.
yes, and I think no better than the coach, who can assist the individual and guide him or her to a proper through a proper training plan. For the
Yes, someone who is looking from outside.
correct. And the coach will also guide them not only individually as per their need, but also with the goal in mind. It comes back to your
Yes.
point earlier is like, what's the why and what's
Yeah.
the goal? And I think once this has synergy with the coach, then the coach will be able to guide the person. So I think this is very, very well summarized that, without a coach, without a proper structure, it's very difficult to sustain a sport like this and take it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you
absolutely.
so much for that, coach. And the next question that I have is that to enhance your, blood circulation, reduce muscle fatigue, and maximize performance, running shoes often get all the attention. Like we've seen so much of videos, so much social media, all about shoes, which shoes to wear, or when should you wear, what kind of shoes, and what you should not wear, and different brands promoting different kinds of shoes, short run, long run, and etc. And shoes get all the attention, but the game changer for runners in sports is definitely one of the game changers is sports compression socks. So this is something where I would like to ask you a few things, but before that I would like to mention that at Sorgen we designed the sports compression socks to help runners train harder, perform stronger on race day, and also recover. So it's not only about performance or helping you and reducing muscle oscillations, but it plays a large part for recovery as well. So I wanted to ask you, in your experience, how do compression socks benefit runners throughout their training, race day, and recovery? So if you could throw some light on all three aspects, it would be very, very helpful. Though there are enough
Yeah, so
studies and evidence, but the kind of experience you come from, coach, from so many years with over 15,000 students, I would love to hear what you think about it.
yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, right, nowadays we are looking for hacks to do things quickly, and the runners are looking for hacks to reduce time for required rest,
Mhm.
right? So they should at least consider compression socks as one such hack,
Mhm.
right? At least consider like that.
Yes.
So, jokes apart,
Right.
definitely it kind of accelerates your rest, to put it in a different way.
Yes.
Right? That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Uh, so all those things what you said about the performance, everything, actually for me, the aspect of helping the rest or recovery is
Right.
something which really then translates into improvement of performance,
Right.
etc. Because once, so for example, right, improved circulation, that will lead to faster lactate clearance, so less muscle soreness, faster recovery. So your next training is much better, right? So that's why I'm saying that faster recovery for me is very, very important aspect for compressions. And then they help you to improve your training, and that ultimately is going to translate into your performance. The improved circulation, of course, is going to translate into your performance, right? Uh, but for me, the reduction in muscle strain
Yes.
uh, is something very, very, very important, and that's where I started with rest. You were saying about they're not focused on compressions. That's because the understanding of muscle strength and recovery is a challenge. So they don't understand, runners typically don't understand that they are not performing better than yesterday or than the last event, is because their muscles were strained and didn't get the required recovery, right? And of course, all of that leads to injuries as well.
Right.
So, right, it's a string, right? And if you put something in between, the string is complete. That's how compressions will play the role of one of the component of the string to make your running uh, risk-free, enjoyable, etc., etc. Right? And uh, another thing is, of course, a lot of people go to places like, let's say, Ladakh,
Mhm.
uh, ultra, etc.
Yes.
Ladakh half marathon, full marathon, and they are coming from places like Mumbai and Bangalore and stuff like that, where
Yes.
temperatures are not that. So the body temperature control also, I think, is a important aspect for this compression socks, and places like where the temperatures are much colder than what you are used to,
Mhm.
what we are used to. That is very important. It's about what we are used to.
Mhm.
uh, that's, I think, also is another aspects of compressions. So
Correct.
all in all, right, rest, as I said, improved circulation will lead to better lactate clearance, and once the lactate is clear more efficiently, muscle soreness will be lesser, and that will lead to faster recovery. So you will be able to do your workouts better, so your performance is improved, right? It's kind of all putting together, is what I think is a real part of this compression sucks. But one one caution I would like to give people,
Yeah.
that they have to understand that compression is, as I said, is a part of
Yes.
this entire chain.
Right.
It is not taking away your a requirement for rest. It is helping you to
Absolutely.
rest in a
Absolutely.
faster time. So
Absolutely.
I'm in no way saying that I'm just making it clear, right? Because it has to be cleared that just because wearing compression socks, you don't need to rest. I'm not saying that.
Correct. Correct.
It will help your recovery, reduce recovery time, etc. So I guess that's my take on compression, and people should think of wearing them. Again, gradual is the operative word for me here. Just don't put on the compression socks and continue your workouts. Figure out, wear it for, start wearing it for half a workout. Figure out how it is suitable or not. Is it too tight? Whatever, you should be comfortable.
Yes. Yes.
Once you do that, gradually take you to whatever your full workouts.
Correct.
Otherwise, I've seen people wearing compression socks on the rest day and thinking that, oh, now their performance is going to improve, and then they're very uncomfortable.
Correct, sir.
And then they will blame on compressions.
Absolutely.
So it's not, that's also not right.
Right.
So being gradual is the operative word. So
Correct.
if you want to use it like this. See how they're comfortable.
Right.
Gradually increase the distance with it. Once you are comfortable, yeah, then you will start getting the required benefits out of it.
Right. So you've made two very valid points here. One, you have linked it beautifully to the recovery aspect, which is linked to the performance aspect as
Yes.
well. You've linked it beautifully, sir. And you've brought out two very valid points here, sir. One is definitely you cannot, I mean, it is compression socks will complement your performance and recovery.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, it is the person's training. That is why, sir, we have a lot of feedback. A lot of, people after the race are so happy. They come and they tell us, what? It's because of your socks. I got a PB today and thank you. I said, no, we are humbled to be a part of your journey. It is your training and your hard work and your determination, your dedication over the years, months and years, which has got you here. We have played a small role. We've just been a part of your training and process. So
Yes.
it's not the compression did not get you there, but the compression was a part of your journey, helped you,
Yeah. Helped you. Yeah.
helped you together. So this is
Helped.
something
Absolutely.
correct. We just play an assistive role in helping, one get there. So that's a beautiful point, made by you, sir, and thank you for that. And second thing, sir, what you've made a very important point here is that a lot of people say, "Oh, I'll just wear it for the race day, and it'll help me perform and help me recover, and it's done with." But no, people forget that they have to train with it also. Let the body
Yeah.
get fit. And
Absolutely.
yes, we have lactic acid buildup will happen when you sweat, whether you're training, whether you're running, or any kind of sport that you're doing. So every time you're training, there is lactic acid buildup. There is going to be some kind of soreness. So we have to, wear it even that day. And a lot of people even tell us, oh, it's only 10K. We don't need to wear compression. We're great
That's
without
what.
it. So again, bringing that point, driving the point that if it's helped, because there are micro wear and tear of, I mean, the muscle oscillations are so many when you're running,
Absolutely.
when you're working out, and still help, control the damage. So this is a very important aspect that you've, brought out. And the third thing is, yeah, just wearing compression and not taking rests is again
Yeah.
counterproductive. It's like saying, oh, I've taken a Crocin, my fever will settle. I don't need
No,
antibiotics.
absolutely. There
Yeah.
you go. Right.
So yeah. So I mean, I
And another thing what I highlighted is, don't blame compression. Also,
correct,
many a times I have seen you don't practice, or you directly go for training the entire hog and feel, oh, I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, you have to get used to it.
correct, sir. Correct. Another thing, also, what you mentioned about people, again related to the rest part is that if you've not taken enough rest between your marathons or between your races, and you keep running up
Yeah.
one after the other, there are
Compression is not going to help you.
they're bound to be, those injuries. And then you feel, oh, despite wearing compression, but again, every
Absolutely.
body is different and the way every body will react will be different. So, thank you for highlighting these very, very, very important aspects all around compression. And to just highlight a little bit about what you said, the getting used to the compression and wearing it for smaller workouts or part workouts first. So here I would like to add one thing from coming from the brand side is that sizing is a very important aspect.
Absolutely.
So, if you wear something too loose, then it will not give the desired compression. If you wear something too tight, then it will be
Yeah.
compressive. So here we are always standing by, and our customer support team is here to assist everybody to ensure. So we always say it should be tight enough to feel compressed, to feel the compression, because it should not feel like a regular or a normal socks, but it shouldn't be so tight that you're uncomfortable and you feel
Yeah.
and you get a feeling that I have to remove it, I can't bear it. So we need to figure this out, and we're always here to support every customer to ensure that they get the right size, because right size is the key to correct benefit of getting the right benefit for compression that is needed. So thank you, you've summarized all the points beautifully for us. Thank you, coach. And this has been an amazing and a truly, truly inspiring conversation with you. So much of wisdom packed into just one session. I can't wait to do more with you to go deeper into your
Sure, sure.
structured trainings, in future. And to all our listeners, this is just a reminder that running is not about speed or endurance. It's about training smart with a structured plan, recovering well, and believing in yourself. And I would add one more thing here is knowing your why, which Coach Pramod can help you, to develop
Absolutely.
your own self and answer that question. And, sir, one piece of final advice for runners preparing for their next challenge.
Yeah. So I read one quote and I just loved it. And I quote it again and again because it summarizes what I always wanted to say. So there is when Andrew Horsfield is a high performance coach,
Mm-hmm.
he has very aptly put it. He said that you earn your trophies at practice, you just pick them at the competitions.
Oh, wow. This is profound.
So what you do in practice, what matters, and it is going to reflect in your performance. So focus on what you practice.
Fantastic. I think this is so profound. And thank you for sharing this. It's a reminder to everybody, you know, the goal and the focus and how important it is, again coming back to structured training, which the race day is not the goal. uh,
Yeah.
this is all a journey. I mean, it's not a destination, this is a journey. So thank you so much, coach, for sharing all your valuable insights with us. To all the listeners, remember, train wisely, listen to your body, and invest in your recovery. If you haven't experienced Sorgen already, please do take a chance and visit our website, sorgen.co, to see a range of compression socks and cuff sleeves to take your running to the next level. Sir, the last closing line from you.
Yeah. So I just said that. That's I think we should stop at that. You earn your trophies at practice.
Okay,
Just pick them at the competition.
fantastic. Until next time, Odu Strong, Bangalore. Thank you, sir. And looking forward
Thank
to
you.
you at TCS 10K in Bangalore soon.
Yes,
Walk
absolutely.
with you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Yeah.